Hey guys, it's Nick the Gamer, and I'm here with another guide video. This guide video is going to show you how to make a Lein Cannon, which in my opinion is the ultimate TNT cannon. So enjoy. Guys, so here we have the Lein Cannon, but before I actually get into the video, I just want to say go check out last week's video if you have not seen it yet, because otherwise you're not going to understand anything in this video, and I'll leave an annotation on screen for that right now. But basically last week I covered the basic TNT cannons. But anyway, now into the video. So this cannon, it looks super complicated, but it's really not. You are gonna be able to build this cannon super well by the end of the video, I can assure you. So first let's go through some terms. So right here we have the pre-charge. These dispensers right here, these three are the pre-charge. This is gonna propel the TNT that gets dispensed right here, which is the actual charge. This is the charge. These big rows of dispensers. So when this blows up, this is gonna push this TNT all into this one block, and then that is gonna push out the actual TNT that's gonna be shot. And the fact that it's on that one block, it's gonna make it go super far, and it's gonna be super precise. But yeah, so that's the pre-charge and the charge. So now to the left right here, this is the scatter right here. That dispenser, there's a dispenser under that you cannot see. Those are the scatter dispensers. And then we have the hammer down. This up here is the hammer down, which I will get to in a second. And we have the sand, let's just call it the sand. We have the sand right here. This is the sand pusher, stacker, whatever. And this is also part of the sand stacker. So yeah, let's shoot it. It's loaded right now that's red sand, because you know, red sand is cool. So let's shoot that. As you can see, pre-charge fires, charge fires. It all pushes it into the one block, and it shoots, and it should have destroyed the slabs. They were actually slabs down there, 10 blocks under the obsidian, as you can see. Slabs, and boom, big hole. So first thing that, well, actually what that just did is that slab busted. So that shot TNT, and the hammer down, it's set to blow up before the scatter. So the hammer down blows up while it hits the wall at the same time as the scatter. It blows up, and it's gonna push the scatter to the bottom to break those slabs. So now what I'm gonna want to do is I'm gonna actually go and disable scatter. You do that by breaking redstone right there. So now when I stack sand, it's not gonna actually blow up the sand. And now let me load the sand. I'm gonna want to put a cobweb at the very bottom. Cobweb right there. Oh, my bad. Right there. And I'm gonna stack. I can only stack 20 sand, otherwise the cannon is gonna blow up, or it's not gonna be able to shoot all the sand. So now I'm gonna show you how well it stacks without the scatter. Now only the hammer down's gonna blow up and push the sand like that. Boom. Look at that. Look how much that stacked. Wow. Look, that is crazy. And here, let's try that one more time. Now, since it's above the obsidian, you're gonna be able to see it better. Right there. Load it. And fire. And look at that beauty. Look, that was crazy. That is a Lein Cannon, my friends. And now I'm gonna turn on scatter just to show you how this is gonna work. And now preferably you could keep hammer down, but when you're shooting straight like this, it's better to turn it off. So I'm gonna do that by breaking the redstone right there. I have to stack once again. So this method, it's called straight hybriding. If you watched my last video, which you should have, straight hybriding, I covered straight hybriding. It's one of the types of cannons. So here we go. And boom. There we go, I broke through it. So that's basically a raid with this thing. So now let's actually get into the tutorial. So that's coming up right now, so yeah.
let's get into the layout. So for the layout, you're going to need everything that's currently in my hotbar, and you're going to need a lot of all of them. So yeah, the layout, it's a pretty big layout. It is 16 by 3, so 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Same thing on the other side. And now you're going to want to put for dispensers here for the pre-charge. And you're going to want to put the button right there. And then you're going to leave 2 blocks between the pre-charge and the charge. And then you're going to want to place a charge, which is 5 dispensers. It's actually 4 by 5, so 20 on each side. And then you're going to want to make it go 4 up. Like that. Oops. They really are a pain to place, because you have to shift every time you're trying to place it, otherwise it's gonna select the inventory. Come on, I can do it. There we go. Same thing on this side. Yeah. Now we're gonna leave 1 block right here, and then we're gonna place a slab. Then we're gonna place a slab there, and then 2 dispensers right there. That's for the scatter. A piston right here. I'll tell you later why that is there. And yeah, we're gonna place the green wool there. It does not have to be green wool, it can be any block you want, any building block. Yeah, so you want to outline the dispensers with it. Here too. And then right here for sand stacker, I want to put the pistons there. Like so. What else? Alright, so this is the barrel part of it. Right here, you want to make this go up 4 blocks right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here you only want to make it go up by 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you want to seal it like that. Right here too, and here you're gonna put it like that, so 1 higher. So it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a roof. That's for the 3 front blocks, and then the 3 blocks before that, it's only 3 blocks and then a roof. Here we can seal that off. And here we actually have to put another piston for the hammer down, like that. And then this we could completely seal off. And yeah, now for the redstone, you want to place redstone there, 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 and there for the pre-charge. And then for this, we're gonna have to put blocks right there. And now we're gonna have to place redstone torches along those blocks to be able to trigger these dispensers there. And these are placed in an efficient way, so one of them could activate 2 dispensers, like this one. It activates the one right in front of it and the one under that one, under the dispenser that's right in front of it. And same thing on this side. Put redstone on top of that. Alright, now we're gonna want to place some glowstone there for redstone reasons. Same thing on the other side. And you want to have a piston going into that block right there, and then redstone. And make sure to only have the piston on a single tick like that. And we want to put the redstone there, like that. Same thing on this side. And then at the end, when you're completely done with the cannon, you're gonna place water throughout the whole cannon on the inside. But yeah, that's the layout. So moving on. Alright, so now for the scatter. The scatter, we're gonna need everything that's in my hotbar once again. So now you don't need as much stuff, because we already did the layout, and that's probably the most item consuming part of the Lein Cannon. Anyway, so we're gonna want to put 7 repeaters like this, all full tick, like that. And then we're gonna want to put blocks like that, and put a repeater single tick right there. And now you're gonna want to put a comparator like that. If you want it to single fire, you keep it like that. If you want it to actually scatter and shoot a lot of TNT, you right click it so the light right there turns on like that, and then it's gonna shoot several pieces of TNT at once. So yeah, that's a scatter. Alright, so for the sand stacker, let's start on this side. Right here, we're gonna have to put 1 repeater right there. Only 1 tick. Extend that. 1 more repeater. Then I'm gonna place a sticky piston like that. I'm gonna do a quick pulse. I'll explain what that is in just a second. So I'm gonna place 2 repeaters like that. I wanna make that one have 2 ticks and that one have 1. Make sure that the one going into the block has only 1 tick, and the one going in the piston has 2. It's really important. And then I'm gonna place redstone right there, and then yeah, I'm gonna make stairs like that. Have the redstone go up the stairs. And here I'm gonna place a repeater right there. And then this is going to go, it's going to feed into the piston right here. Guys, just really quick, I made a little mistake during the video. Right here, you don't want to have it like this. You want to place a block just like that, and then place the redstone right there. And that is going to make this piston work, because having it like that is not going to work for some redstone reason. So you want to have it just like that. Alright, back to the video. The redstone's gonna feed into the piston right there. Basically what this does is when this is given redstone power, so this is what it's gonna do. You have to pay attention. As you saw, I did a quick pulse. So basically it did a really quick tick. Like, I think it's like a single tick that it does. It's a single tick of redstone that it does. So this piston is gonna push out and retract super fast, so it doesn't get in the way of sand that's falling. Now for this side. So here we want to actually have 12 repeaters. Yeah, 12, it's a lot. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, and you want to all put them to the max tick. Like that. Redstone there. And now you want to make that actually feed into this. The reason I put it so far away, it's for the other parts of the cannon that I'm gonna have to do. So have that get fed straight into that, and this is gonna be a 3 tick repeater right there. Make sure to put that so it feeds into the pistons right there. And just like that, that's how the sound works. And now you're gonna have to, well, I'm gonna show you how to load it afterwards, but yeah, it's basically the sand stacker. Alright, so now the last part, the hammer down. So right now we're gonna go to this one piston that we placed at the very start, and we're gonna put 1 block above the piston like that, and then we're gonna put 10 dispensers up on top of that block. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And same thing beside it on this side. So the side facing the wall you're firing at. And then 2, 3, 4. And there we go. And now we're gonna put glass here so we can monitor the hammer down. It's recommended to put glass, but if you really don't wanna, you could just put any block. Alright. And now we have to rig it up with some redstone. So that's gonna be connecting off of right here, like that. It's gonna be connecting into that by some redstone torches, like that. So I'm gonna place those first. Like so. And then glowstone there. Oops. And then glowstone like that. And then you want to have a 5-tick total right there, so I'm gonna put 1 repeater, 1 tick, and then 1 repeater with 4 ticks. I'm gonna connect that, and then like that. Like that, and that's for the top of the hammer down. Now for the piston right there, we're gonna have to put a quick pulse once again, like we did on the sand stacking. So like that, and then like that. Sorry about that. And then we're gonna connect it to this piston, like so. And we're also going to connect it to the 2 pistons that are right there. Now these are repositioning pistons. They reposition the TNT right before it fires, so it goes super straight. And now we're going to just put 2 repeaters there, 1 on each, with a single tick, and we're going to make that connect with the quick pulse, like that. And yeah, now we just have to put the water and the cannon is done. So we're gonna put water basically everywhere, because we have to be as safe as we can, because I don't think you guys want this to blow up after all the work you put into it. So we're gonna put there. Make sure not to put here, because we don't want water going into this section. So we're gonna put there, and then up here. Ooh, whoops. Yeah, so you might want to extend the barrel like that if the water starts going everywhere. But that's obviously not necessary. There we go. That was fixed. And here too. And yeah. So also we have to put water up here. And now I'm just gonna load the cannon, and we're gonna try to fire it off. Alright, I've loaded the cannon, but first of all, I'm gonna show you guys how to raid with this. So first thing you have to do is you wanna analyze the wall, and you wanna check if there are slabs at the bottom of the wall, which there is in this case, and you wanna see how low they are. And in this case, they're pretty low. Not that low, but they could be lower. Anyway, and yeah, so this is how you fire against a flat wall. Filter walls, you'd have to tweak the cannon a bit, but yeah, this thing could bust through a lot of filters really easily. So first you want to bust the slabs. So for busting slabs, you don't want to have any sand, but you want to have scatter on, and you want to have hammer down on. And now you're gonna hit this button, and boom, it did the trick. As you saw, that completely demolished the slabs right there. But now we have to stack sand. So now we're gonna turn off scatter, because that would just blow everything up at the wall. So turn that off. Cobweb, you want to put the cobweb at the very bottom here. And then you want to put one right here next to the piston, and then you want to stack sand. Max of 20.
and I've checked how tall 20 is, so like that, 20 sand max. You don't want to have any more, otherwise it's gonna mess up the cannon. So hammer down on, sand on, and this is gonna stack a lot of sand, which it didn't. Oh. I'll try that again. It doesn't always work at the start. Basically, the higher the sand gets, the easier it is to stack with it. So let's try that again. And there we go. That did the trick. That stacked a lot of sand at once. And yeah. So now that we've stacked enough sand, now we want a straight hybrid. Now for that, you still want to stack sand. You want to turn scatter on, and you want to turn off hammer down. So I'm going to break the redstone right there. Now I'm going to stack sand. So basically what I'm showing you right now is what I showed you guys before, but now you should actually be able to understand it. So as you saw right there, straight hybrid, and boom, right through the wall. Super easy raid. I think that was a total of 4 shots, and we got through that wall. And basically multiply. This is how you'd have to figure out how many times you'd have to shoot. You'd have to take the height between where your cannon is and where the slabs are. You want to find the difference of height between it. You want to divide that by 20. That's gonna give you how many times you have to shoot when it comes to stacking sand. And then you want to add 1 for the slab bust, and add one more for actually breaking through the wall. So in this case, it was 4 shots, 2 for sand stacking, and 1 for breaking the wall, and 1 for slab busting. So I really hope this video helped you, and yeah, peace out. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. And if you did, make sure to go and subscribe to me. Also, you can go check out last week's video by clicking on the screen where the TNT cannon is. I basically showcased all TNT cannons leading up to the Lein Cannon in that video. And under that, there's also the guides playlist, which basically it's a playlist featuring all the guides I've posted up till now. And that might help you in your factions experience. So, yeah guys, I'm Nick, and I'm out.